Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into why finishing your SAP Analytics Cloud deployment is actually, well, just the beginning of your journey. You know the feeling, right? There's this massive sense of relief when an enterprise performance management deployment finally goes live. The champagne pops, the team high-fives, and everyone kind of assumes the hard part is over. But as we're about to see, treating your go-live date as the actual end of the road is literally one of the most critical, yet frequently overlooked mistakes an organization can make.
Okay, let's look at a quote that completely shatters that whole illusion. Completing an SAP Analytics Cloud planning project is not a finish line. It is the baseline. That really reframes the entire mindset around enterprise planning, doesn't it? You haven't built a static monument. You've planted a seed. Because SAP is constantly advancing the tool with immense R&D investments, the environment around your model is always shifting. If you just leave it alone, you aren't actually maintaining your position. You're falling behind.
Here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. Section 1, Beyond the Finish Line. Section 2, Strict Lifecycle Governance. Section 3, Managing SAP Innovation. Section 4, the Performance Analysis EKG. And Section 5, Optimizing with SAC Plans. All right, let's jump into Section 1, Beyond the Finish Line, and the hidden danger of static models. To really understand this danger, the absolute crucial point is that without continuous governance, your once perfect model quickly turns into technical debt. Just think about it. SAP is out there delivering continuous updates to the SAP Analytics Cloud. We're talking major quarterly release waves and super frequent bi-weekly patches. If you invest all this time and energy into building a planning model, but then you lack it away and ignore those updates, that model stagnates. To protect your initial investment and actually scale those capabilities, you absolutely must have a structured framework for continuous governance, maintenance, and evolution.
Moving right along to Section 2, Strict Lifecycle Governance and How to Protect Your Live Business Operations.
Even though we're operating in a modern cloud environment, you still need rigorous discipline to safely test these updates. So, we compartmentalize environments so new innovations don't accidentally break your live operations. Your dev environment needs broad access, so developers can freely test new SAP features, like advanced formula enhancements or just-in-time data actions, and build out prototypes. Then, updates move to test. That's your controlled space where business users validate the changes by running real-world user acceptance testing, or UAT. And finally, prod, which requires strict read-only or tightly controlled write access. This is exactly how you protect your vital master data and your active, live planning cycles.
But wait, along with environment separation, establishing a clean model policy is totally mandatory to stop system degradation. If you just let users run wild, your system will bog down fast. You need strict naming conventions and a highly organized folder structure within your public directory. If left completely unchecked, you know what happens. Users create endless ad hoc private versions during forecast cycles, and they duplicate stories over and over again. Over time, all that unchecked clutter severely degrades system performance. You've got to schedule regular housekeeping to purge those stale private versions.
Okay, Section 3, Managing SAP Innovation, or basically catching updates without breaking your models.
So how do we handle this constant flow of innovation safely? Your team needs to execute 3 key strategies. First up, you need an SAC Innovation Steward. This is a technical lead or a core power user who actively reviews SAP's release notes before those quarterly updates even hit. Second, you must conduct impact analysis. Before a release goes to production, you have to know exactly how new platform behaviors might alter your existing data actions, allocations, and data locking rules. And third, regressive testing. Run automated smoke tests on your heaviest planning stories during the preview wave to make sure formulas recompile smoothly and performance doesn't suddenly drop off a cliff.
Remember, this isn't just an IT tool, it's a business engine. To ensure the tool evolves with your specific needs, a Change Advisory Board, or CAB, must regularly evaluate things. By bringing finance, operations, and IT to the table every month, this board can look at the shifting macroeconomic landscape and ask, hey, do we solve this new organizational need by tweaking our custom model, or did SAP just release a native standard feature that does it for us? Continuous learning is key here. A feature that required a massive complex workaround last year might literally be a one-click standard feature today.
Which brings us to Section 4, the Performance Analysis EKG. Let's talk about diagnosing the health of your system.
Transitioning from organizational health to technical health, we have to talk about user adoption. Because if a story takes too long to load, user adoption plummets. Period. I absolutely love this biological metaphor from the text. Planning models are living organisms. As data volume grows, performance can drift. A model that was lightning fast on day 1 might slow to an absolute crawl in year 3 simply because it's trying to load massive, multi-year datasets during a highly localized budget adjustment. Completing a model's logic is only half the battle. If it lags, users will abandon it, regardless of how brilliant the underlying math actually is.
Luckily, to diagnose these living organisms, SAP provides a built-in analysis tool that tracks this exact matrix of moving parts. This built-in dashboard tracks the life cycle of a user request from the exact millisecond they click a button to the final rendering on their screen. It measures network speed and client processing, which is how fast data travels to the user's browser. It measures back-end query time, meaning how long the system takes to crunch advanced formulas and run data actions, and it measures data volume and dimension size, so it can pinpoint if a lag is caused by pulling millions of rows across unoptimized dimensions.
Let's play out a few if-then diagnostic scenarios using this matrix. If your browser rendering is high, then the report design itself is the culprit. Maybe you've got too many charts on a single page or really complex cross-calculations happening on the fly. If the back-end time is high, your underlying model needs optimization. Perhaps you need to restrict editable data scopes or force a formula recompile. But get this, if the network time is high, the issue actually lies with the user's local internet connection or their VPN routing, not the SAP Analytics Cloud itself.
And the best part, you don't even need to build this EKG yourself. Just follow this exact click path in your system to run a performance baseline check before your next CAD meeting. SAP provides this completely out of the box. Just go to your Files, navigate to the System folder, look for Common, select SAP SAC Content, and boom! Launch the SAC Performance Analysis story. It is incredibly powerful to check this dashboard before pushing any major model changes from test to prod. It ensures your updates aren't accidentally destroying the whole user experience.
Finally, Section 5. Optimizing with SAC, your partner for the ongoing journey.
Let's be real. Executing all of this continuous governance and performance tracking requires specialized expertise, which brings us to SACplans.com. Treating SAC planning as a continuous program rather than a one-and-done project is daunting, but SAC Plans serves as the ultimate partner to help you apply these exact methodologies to your deployment. They provide practical guidance, architecture leadership, and hands-on delivery, combining deep SAP expertise with proven planning methodologies so you are always leveraging the absolute cutting edge of SAP's continuous R&D.
Whether you're launching a brand new journey or trying to scale a deployment that's struggling a bit, their framework-driven approach covers all of these critical enterprise domains. They don't just focus on the IT side, they align with tangible business outcomes across financial planning and analysis, sales, supply chain, workforce, and fully integrated business planning. This specialized focus delivers much faster implementations, improves your forecast accuracy, streamlines the actual processes, and ultimately, it results in much greater business agility for your entire organization.
So I'm going to leave you with this provocative question to take back to your IT and finance leaders today. Is your SAC model a living organism, or is it a growing technical debt? Remember, going live is just the baseline. By establishing strict lifecycle governance, proactively managing that SAP innovation pipeline, keeping a close eye on your performance EKG, and partnering with experts like SAPlans, you can make absolutely sure your system remains agile, performant, and truly impactful for years to come. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.